There was a time, an invitation to a party hosted by Sean Diddy Combs was one of the most sought-after tickets in the entertainment industry. With a guest list including Justin Bieber, Mariah Carey, Paris Hilton, and Jennifer Lopez, it was the perfect opportunity to meet some of the biggest celebrities. However, not everyone was invited to the party, and attendees had to strictly adhere to a dress code imposed by the mogul Diddy himself. Today, we'll uncover one of Hollywood's most mysterious parties with countless untold stories about rapper Diddy's infamous freak-offs and white events. This wasn't just an ordinary party, but a wild celebration for the stars, featuring hard liquor, drug-laced cocktails, and topless women frolicking in the pool. Most shockingly, Diddy reportedly kept 1,000 bottles of baby oil in his luxurious mansion to elevate the festivities. But behind the glitz and glamour of this extravagant, debauched party lay a living hell for women and young boys, with horrifying secrets buried within. Right now, let's uncover the full truth behind Sean Diddy Combs' shocking freak-offs parties that have rocked the world. Before we dive into the story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get notifications whenever there's a new video. On September 17, 2024, music producer and entertainment billionaire Sean Diddy Combs strolled through New York City. It was a busy day for the world's most powerful entertainment mogul, as Diddy was spotted in Midtown, warmly taking photos with fans. Later, the rapper spent time by the lake in Central Park, soaking up the sun and enjoying a wonderful part of his day. In the afternoon, Diddy spent several hours playing with his children and even decided to visit Harlem, where he had spent his childhood. However, no one could have predicted that this would be Sean Diddy Combs' last day of freedom, as he stood at the pinnacle of Hollywood power. That evening, Diddy was arrested at a luxury hotel in Manhattan after a grand jury issued an indictment with numerous serious charges. According to the allegations, Diddy was accused of running his business empire like a criminal organization, engaging in sex trafficking of women, extortion, and covering up various crimes. Diddy firmly pleaded not guilty, but both of the rapper's bail requests were denied, turning the case into a global media sensation. Shortly after Diddy's arrest, numerous dark secrets about the powerful mogul were exposed. Particularly, the lavish white-themed parties he hosted, attended by hundreds of stars, were revealed with many shocking details. These included horrifying stories of his hedonistic lifestyle and actions that far exceeded moral boundaries. Not long after, police raided his luxurious mansion and discovered 1,000 bottles of baby oil, allegedly used for lubricating during Diddy's wild parties. This revelation shocked the global public, shattering the glamorous image of one of Hollywood's most influential figures. Additionally, police found 3 AR-15 rifles with scratched-off serial numbers and a magazine during raids on 2 mansions in Star Island and Los Angeles. Sean Diddy Combs founded Bad Boy Records in 1993, a record label that quickly became an icon in the hip-hop music scene. Bad Boy Records produced a slew of renowned artists, including the notorious Big, considered one of the greatest rappers of all time, and Usher, an R&B legend. The success of this record label not only marked Diddy's powerful rise in the music industry, but also created a cultural wave with far-reaching influence on the American entertainment industry. In 1998, Diddy expanded his influence by launching the Sean John fashion line, which quickly became a symbol of streetwear culture. The brand gained rapid popularity, especially among young people. Diddy later ventured into various other fields, from luxury perfumes and premium liquor to establishing a media company. Early in his career as a rapper, Diddy not only focused on music, but also aimed to build the image of a comprehensive entertainment icon. He quickly realized that extravagant parties were a tool to keep himself at the center of the entertainment industry. Rob Shooter, who once worked as Diddy's public relations manager, revealed that the rapper was the undisputed party king of New York. As Diddy's image manager, Shooter explained that his job was to ensure Diddy remained magnetic to both the media and his audience. Shooter likened working for the rapper to being part of a circus, with Diddy as the ringleader. Notably, Diddy had a peculiar obsession with the British royal family. He reportedly had his staff call over 10 times to invite Princes Harry and William to his white-themed parties. He even promised to cover all expenses, including travel, accommodation, and security, but was repeatedly turned down by the two princes.
When you walked into his home, you'd go up to where he lives, and he would have photographs of him and lots of celebrities. He loved celebrities, but he also had a framed picture of Harry and William, which I thought was quite strange. He thinks of himself as a king, so it makes perfect sense that he would like to have two princes in his entourage.
Security and privacy were always top priorities for this powerful mogul, as his apartment was equipped with airport-style metal detectors. Moreover, weapons were a common sight in his mansion, and Diddy's security staff even carried guns on their person. In Los Angeles, Diddy resided on one of the most expensive streets in Beverly Hills, where towering fences shielded celebrities from the prying eyes of the public. His luxurious mansion was located near the famed estate of Hugh Hefner, the founder of Playboy. A standout feature of Diddy's estate was the torches that burned brightly day and night, creating an atmosphere that was both mysterious and majestic. Sean Diddy Combs was not just an artist or entrepreneur, but also a cultural icon whose influence extended far beyond the music industry. However, his fame and power were accompanied by strange stories and numerous scandals. Since Diddy hosted his first lavish party in 1909, 998 in the Hamptons, the term freak-off became a trademark associated with the rapper. The term freak-off not only described wild parties, but also symbolized unimaginable extravagance, abuse of power, and the darker side of the entertainment industry. These parties, as reports revealed, often featured opulent settings, rampant drug use, and debauched sexual activities. Even more terrifying, some victims were recorded in compromising moments to ensure they wouldn't dare speak out. Over time, the term freak-off became synonymous with scandals and the dark underbelly of celebrity life, particularly under Diddy's shadow. It all began in 1909, 998, when Sean Diddy Combs decided to make a statement in East Hampton, a region renowned for its wealth and luxury, with a grand party. This was not just an ordinary gathering, but a declaration of power and influence by the hip-hop mogul. He cleverly blended the traditional elite of East Hampton with rising stars of hip-hop, creating an atmosphere that was both elegant and electrifying. From there, Diddy's white parties became a summer symbol, moving to other luxurious locations like St. Tropez and Beverly Hills. Paris Hilton, a frequent attendee, described Diddy's white parties as an entertainment industry icon, where every celebrity was present. She even likened Diddy to a modern-day Gatsby, unmatched by anyone else in the world. The rapper not only knew how to throw spectacular parties, but also set an impressive fashion standard. He required all guests to dress entirely in pure white from head to toe. "It's unbelievable to see an entire party in all white," Martha Stewart, one of the guests at the first party, exclaimed in amazement. Diddy was also praised for looking incredibly handsome and dashing in white, which only boosted the mogul's arrogance even further. However, not everyone was lucky enough to attend if they violated the dress code set by the rapper. Director Catherine Hardwicke once recounted that those who didn't follow the dress code, such as wearing beige or black shoes, were immediately turned away. White means white. Don't show up in eggshell, Diddy's representative declared regarding the dress code for the party. This wasn't just an aesthetic requirement, but also reflected Diddy's meticulous attention to detail in maintaining the class of his events. For a long time, an invitation to one of Sean Diddy Combs' parties became the most coveted golden ticket in the entertainment world. The guest list frequently included top stars like Justin Bieber, Mariah Carey, Paris Hilton, and Jennifer Lopez. It was not only an opportunity to indulge in opulence, but also to meet the most famous people on the planet. Even Jay-Z and Beyoncé once premiered new music at these events, turning Diddy's parties into global focal points of attention and conversation. After East Hampton, Diddy hosted white parties at many other locations to diversify the atmosphere of his extravagant gatherings. The luxurious mansion in Beverly Hills was just one of many venues the rapper chose for his signature white party series. The mogul held annual white parties from 1998 until 2009. Diddy once described these parties as a symbol of breaking down racial and generational barriers, bringing people from different backgrounds and cultures closer together. These elite artists' white parties would last from daytime through the night and into the next morning. Many brands sponsored these events, with their names featured on the white carpet and as part of gift bags for guests. Guests were served by attendants dressed in white, who roamed around pouring champagne. However, not everyone was happy about these events, especially the mogul's neighbors. To avoid upsetting his wealthy neighbors, Diddy spent lavishly on them with luxurious limousine rides and expensive dinners at high-end restaurants. His goal was to silence complaints about the noise from the parties. Nevertheless, when Diddy was arrested, many neighbors publicly accused him of shocking behavior they had witnessed at the white parties. An anonymous neighbor shared with the BBC that they frequently had to call the police due to the relentless noise coming from Diddy's mansion. According to a document obtained by the BBC, police were called to P. Diddy's mansion parties 14 times over 7 years due to complaints from neighbors. In a neighborhood where discretion and privacy were highly valued, neighbors described their frustration and discomfort at enduring noise that lasted for days. For 6 or 7 years, it was nothing but parties, and more parties, one of Diddy's neighbors complained. The same neighbor recounted seeing women who appeared lost, wandering the streets either drunk or under the influence of drugs. Some women were even seen wearing nothing but underwear or wrapped in a towel, wandering outside in a dazed state. Diddy's mansion was always bustling with activity, with numerous women constantly coming and going during the wild parties. The residents of the Hamptons thought the first party was the end of the world. They feared the arrival of a loud Hollywood crowd and felt like it was an invasion. But in reality, it didn't turn out as bad as they had imagined. Explained Stephen Gaines, author of Philistines at the Hedgerow Passion and Property in the Hamptons. At Diddy's extravagant white parties, the atmosphere was always filled with unimaginable decadence and luxury. Models hired for the events wore stunning angel wings and occasionally went topless, freely walking around the party. Photos from the 1998 party sparked controversy, showing Diddy pouring champagne over the bodies of 2 topless women. As the festivities stretched from daytime into the late night, some guests and models were invited into the pool, often in the nude. Jay Blaze, an artist who appeared on Diddy's Making the Band, snuck into one of the parties uninvited. Surprisingly, Diddy didn't throw him out, but allowed him to stay on the condition that he do something good for others. However, as night fell, Jay Blaze began feeling uneasy about what was happening around him. Drunk men were shouting, jeering, and openly harassing the models in the pool. The chaos unfolded right in front of everyone, yet no one spoke up or intervened. At another white party held in 2006 on the shores of St. Tropez, the extravagance and debauchery reached new heights. Guests witnessed Diddy, shirtless, wearing sunglasses and a sparkling gemstone necklace, wrapped around a woman, clad only in a bikini. On a luxurious yacht anchored offshore, Diddy indulged in wild moments filled with laughter, hard liquor, and the excitement of those around him. A former planner and overseer of the freak-off parties, organized by the rapper in the 2000s, revealed his twisted and perverse preferences. According to Page 6, the rapper demanded mirrors to be hung everywhere at party venues, from the walls to the ceilings. Diddy's reasoning was that he and all the guests should be able to see every debauch scene from every angle. Under Diddy's orders, every corner reflected images of people naked, having sex, and those scenes endlessly repeated through the mirrors, the planner disclosed. According to the Post, these scandalous and wild parties were often secretly held at Diddy's luxurious mansion in Miami. These parties were not public, but meticulously planned to ensure absolute privacy. They were usually held immediately after grand official parties, attended by a lineup of A-list celebrities. However, when the spotlight of the main event dimmed and the high-profile guests left, that's when the real madness, indulgence, and debauchery began. To sustain these extravagant parties, Diddy was willing to spend up to $500,000 in a single night. An event organizer who had worked with Diddy revealed that the rapper's parties were always lavishly prepared with extravagant elements. From gourmet food, expensive wine and cocktails, to professional dancers, circus performers, sexy models, prostitutes, gigolos, and even live animals to add dramatic flair. The controversial rapper's ultimate goal was to impress and earn the admiration of his guests. As long as his guests were pleased and entertained, Diddy spared no expense to maintain parties that exceeded all imagination. Notably, the physical appearance requirements for the women attending his parties left the public utterly shocked. Diddy set strict weight limits, with a maximum of 140 pounds, while requiring the women to be young, attractive, and dressed provocatively. These women were not allowed to have excess fat, cellulite, too many piercings or tattoos, and absolutely no short haircuts. Additionally, the women's attire was strictly regulated. They had to wear ultra-short party dresses that barely covered their buttocks, could not be longer than mid-thigh, and had to expose cleavage. All women were required to wear high heels, no pants, no jeans, and absolutely no flat shoes were permitted. Furthermore, the women were expected to maintain a provocative and seductive appearance throughout the entire party. Another controversial issue is that Diddy never asked the ages of these girls, despite many of them possibly being very young. However, the event organizer insisted that they did not participate in these parties and were unaware if the girls were coerced into sexual acts with the guests. The unwritten rule at Diddy's parties was don't ask, don't tell, just do, with no questions allowed. These revelations ignited a firestorm of outrage on social media, where the public condemned Diddy's depravity and perversion. Once regarded as one of the most powerful moguls in the entertainment industry, Diddy has now been unmasked as a monster with decades of accumulated crimes. However, the story of the secrets behind his white parties doesn't end here. After Sean Diddy Combs' arrest, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security officially released an indictment exposing the full extent of the sexual predator's crimes. Diddy being labeled a sexual predator sent shockwaves, not only through the entertainment world but across the globe. Diddy and members of Combs' enterprise, including supervisors, bodyguards, and assistants, were accused of orchestrating numerous freak-offs, wild parties involving stimulants. At these gatherings, Diddy was not only the organizer, but also used violence to force victims into complying with his demands. He frequently beat victims, threw objects at them, and employed both physical and psychological coercion. Beyond that, Diddy allegedly used sophisticated methods to control and dominate his victims. These methods included physical violence, promises of career opportunities, threats to cut off financial support, and more. The 1,000 bottles of baby oil found in Diddy's luxurious mansion were believed to have been used for these wild gatherings. This number further underscored the scale and horrifying nature of the parties he orchestrated. To date, more than 120 victims have come forward to accuse Diddy of his actions, yet the entertainment mogul continues to deny all charges. Public attention has also shifted to Diddy's past relationships with numerous big stars, most notably with the Prince of Pop, Justin Bieber. In a clip filmed in 2009, Justin Bieber, then just 15 years old, spent 48 hours with Diddy.
Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
Meanwhile, Justin Bieber's expression in the clip was described as awkward and uncomfortable while standing next to the powerful rapper. This led the public to question the meaning behind Justin Bieber's song, Yummy, a popular track with metaphorical hints that some believe relate to his personal experiences. The music video for the song, which at first glance appears to be a quirky artistic party, revealed puzzling details upon closer analysis. From the stark age difference between the powerful guests and the young performers to symbolic imagery like cherries, everything seemed to hint at unpleasant experiences Bieber may have endured. Justin Bieber first met Sean Diddy Combs as a teenager during the early days of his music career. Their relationship was described as close, with Diddy often portraying himself as a mentor to the pop star. While Justin Bieber has remained silent about past and present controversies involving Diddy, someone else has spoken out on his behalf. On November 16, 2024, former Death Row Records CEO Suge Knight made a series of shocking claims about his longtime nemesis, Sean Diddy Combs.
That's funny. I hate to say that. I hate to say that because I really like Justin Bieber. I feel bad for Justin Bieber.
According to Knight, Diddy exploited Bieber's innocence and used his power to control and manipulate the young singer's life.
Everybody said what was done to Usher, and they done to Justin Bieber. And the thing with Usher spent the night and him and Puppy be in the same bed to do an album, and they never did one song they put out at that time. A grown man take Justin Bieber when he was young to a vacation, a romantic vacation, showing pictures on the Instagram with no women, nobody else but a grown, successful man and this little kid.
Knight stated that his decision to speak out was not for personal revenge, but to expose the horrifying truth about a dark side of Hollywood, where power and fame can push young talents into a pit of suffering and despair. Singer Cassie, whose real name is Cassandra Ventura, and who had a nearly decade-long romantic relationship with Diddy beginning in 2007, made a series of shocking allegations. Cassie accused Diddy of controlling her entire life, forcing her to use drugs, and engaging in inappropriate acts. Moreover, the singer frequently had conflicts with her partner throughout their many years of dating. Whenever she tried to leave the toxic relationship, Diddy would threaten her family, friends, and even her colleagues. A CCTV video from 2016, released by CNN, shocked the public as it showed Diddy shirtless, wearing only a towel, storming down a hotel hallway and assaulting Cassie. This violent act became one of the key pieces of evidence in the lawsuit filed by Cassie. The singer stated that the music mogul wielded immense power through a network of loyal subordinates willing to carry out any of his demands. While Cassie's lawsuit became the starting point for a wave of allegations against Diddy, the freak-off parties became the focal point of a federal investigation. The U.S. Department of Justice charged Diddy with serious crimes, including conspiracy to extort, sex trafficking, and transporting individuals for prostitution. According to the 14-page indictment released in September 2024, Diddy used stimulants and forced victims to participate in a series of debauched parties. After the festivities ended, those involved would reportedly receive intravenous drips to recover their health. Cassie's lawsuit, filed in November 2023, also provided detailed accounts of these freak-off parties. The rapper was said to regularly host weekly events at major hotels in New York and Los Angeles. He invited prostitutes and models, encouraged drug use with substances like ecstasy, and coerced Cassie into unwanted sexual acts. Meanwhile, attorney Gloria Allred, renowned for advocating for women's rights in the Me Too movement, spoke up on behalf of numerous other victims. One of them, Thalia Graves, accused Diddy of drugging and assaulting her in 2001. Graves was threatened by Diddy and forced to remain silent out of fear he would ruin her life. Attorney Allred noted that Diddy's arrest was just the beginning, and that more dark secrets would soon come to light. Damian Williams, U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, also emphasized that the mogul did not act alone but operated within a network. However, Diddy's lawyers continued to deny allegations, asserting that the rapper had never harmed anyone, whether adults or minors. Currently, Diddy is being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, awaiting his trial scheduled for May 5, 2025. The most honest thing Sean Combs ever did was name his record label Bad Boy. The name says it all, a netizen commented. What are your thoughts on the dark side of the entertainment industry, as revealed through the story of rapper Diddy? Share your opinions in the comments section. Today's story was thoroughly researched and sourced from credible materials and reputable media outlets to provide the most comprehensive and accurate perspective on this case.